and this girl was so like adamant, like I'm not gonna move, and this guy's I'm not gonna move, and then they get moved just because of the food.
Hello everyone! From dramas to webtoons to novels, explore Korea's story with us. This is Who Reads Story. My name is An Sung-jin. I'm a news reporter, and today we have another guest back with us. Please introduce yourself.
Hello everybody, I'm Ari. I'm an Indian model and actor currently living in South Korea, and I'm also a content creator nowadays. So it's very nice to see you again. I'm so happy to be back on the show, and thank you for having me here.
Right, great to have you back, Ari. So today we are going to be talking about another famous Netflix series in Korea that hit the second quarter, which is called Tastefully Yours. And I guess the title suggests itself. It will be talking about food or some sort of kitchen item. And the theme itself kind of revolves around kitchen romance, which I guess we can kind of allude to what it's going to be talking about. And I feel like there aren't that many dramas itself that talk about Korean cuisine itself, and obviously we both watched it. What do you think about the drama?
Well, I loved it. Actually, I was just scrolling Netflix to find a new drama, and it was so interesting to see something that was very fresh, about cooking and romance. And I was like, why not? I love cooking, and I wanted to watch a series that was very, fascinated about cooking and fine dining and traditional Korean. So I was like very intrigued by the drama.
Yeah. So to actually be moving ahead and talking about the drama itself, this drama itself, I feel like holds a lot of significance in introducing Korean culture apart from Korean cuisine that we've talked about. For our viewers who may have not watched it yet, could you introduce a brief plot or synopsis of Tastefully Yours?
Totally. I think it's like a very simple drama that's very comforting. It's about a story of a female lead. Her name is Jeonju, and the male lead, Pong-woo. So basically, the male lead is from a fine dining and executive director of a big company. And the girl's from very Jeonju Hanok village. I don't know if you guys have heard about Jeonju. It's a very famous city in South Korea. And she belongs to a very traditional village kind of food style. And they both collide in Jeonju. They both meet because of a tragic incident. I don't want to spoil for it.
Holding it in, right?
I'm holding it in. Why do they meet? But there's an incident that made them meet together in Jeonju, and eventually, because of the cooking, the food, the love blossoms. And it's very interesting to look at it that way, because of the food, the love comes up, and it's very interesting. I think food brings people closer together.
Oh yeah, there is the saying that food brings closer together.
Yeah.
And I guess you do give a good synopsis of combining the keywords of romance and kitchen, because you say food kind of brings these two people together.
Totally.
And as a Korean myself, I found it interesting that this entire background is being held in Jeonju Hanok Village. As you mentioned, the city itself holds a lot of Koreanness, I guess, and very traditional aspects to it. And we see that all the Hanok Village, the tradition of it is quite, well displayed and showcased within the drama series as well. I feel like Jeonju is quite famous among Koreans, but I wonder if it is the same for you or any of your friends. Well,
actually, when we look it up and I asked my foreign friends, and they were like, "Oh, Jeonju is super popular.
Really?
Everybody's
Interesting."
And you know why is it super popular? Because of bibimbap.
Of course, Jeonju bibimbap. Of course.
So everybody's like, you have to go to Jeonju, you have to try the bibimbap, and you have to go to the Hanok Village. The history is crazy there. Actually, I planned to go last year because of the Jeonju International Film Festival. But I missed it because of my work, and then I was like, shit, next year I should definitely go. So guys, if you don't know about Jeonju, it's a very famous historical traditional place in South Korea, and it also has amazing film festival. The bibimbap is originally from Jeonju, and the Hanok Village, you should definitely visit that in Korea. And also the food in Jeonju is very popular, right?
Food too, absolutely. You just mentioned
we talked about,
bibimbap and all that. I mean, I don't know if you know of it, but again, in Korea, we also have Jeonju 콩나물국밥, which is some kind of soup.
You know it, yeah.
Do you?
Because kukbap is actually my favorite food.
Really?
Yes.
You're very Korean.
I know, but it's very hard to cook like the 돼지국밥 or sundae or sogogi 국밥. So it's the easier version is 콩나물국밥. It's actually like just bean sprout. So I think it's easier to make. I tried making it and everybody loved it.
Really? What a cook.
Yeah.
See, these are some things that I should know for myself. And it's nice because, within the restaurant where the main characters work, 콩나물국밥, the bean sprout soup, is a dish that they actually make within the drama as well, which is why I guess it makes it a little bit more special and unique to the drama itself as well.
Yeah, I was so excited to see that the 콩나물국밥 had its own version in the drama, and I think it's a very comforting food, I would say, as compared to other fancy and flavorful food. So it was very interesting to see that kind of thing, and it also kind of fits the hometown vibe of
Right.
the protagonist as well. So it was very interesting to see
Right.
that.
And now let's dive in a little bit more into the drama. We've talked about all the fun, good Korean
Yeah.
cuisine and Korean food.
I can't stop thinking about food.
About all the food, but let's take a break there, give it a stop, and then
Sure.
dive more into the drama itself. Obviously, the main character, Jeonju, she put in a lot of effort to all the ingredients, and we also see that Han Bong, who was kind of thinking food and, obviously his restaurant mostly as a source of money, but later on, I think we can kind of really see his genuine, warm, heart coming through, and I think that was also kind of reflected in the food that he ended up cooking for other people as well. And I guess that kind of ties back into, what we were talking about, how food kind of can bring people together.
Yeah, totally. And also in this drama, it's like this guy, the male lead, is totally just focused on making the restaurant a Michelin star.
Right.
Just getting that 3 stars. And he's just competing with his brother about that, and he just gets kicked out for some reason.
Right.
Guys will see the reason. And then he goes to Jeonju, and then he meets this girl who is also exceptionally good at fine dining, but also really good at the traditional Korean cooking. So I'm just really glad to see how the chemistry has worked out, because this guy was not ready to adjust with anything.
Right.
And this girl was so adamant, I'm not gonna move, and this guy's I'm not gonna move, and then they get moved just because of the food. It's such an interesting chemistry to say.
Right, from goal-oriented to being genuine, they have food as kind of an instrument or a tool to really pull that together.
And they start caring about each other just because of the food, literally. It connected them.
For you, Ari, we've talked about Korean cuisine, but for you in Indian cuisine, is there any food that you like in particular, or you'd like to introduce, recommend to people? What would you say is a dish that you can put your finger on and be like, this is Indian cuisine for me?
That's a very interesting question. I have a lot of favorites. The favorite one is called biryani.
Oh, of course.
I know a lot of people have heard about it. It's like the spices and the flavor that goes in the mouth is like crazy. I've never had anything like biryani in my entire life. It's very comforting. And after that you get into food coma basically.
I see.
So, Indian food does that to you. So I think that's my comfort food. If I get that, I just feel like my day's fulfilled.
Okay. So far through our drama Tastefully Yours, we've talked about the warmth and the genuinity of Korean cuisine, and we also talked about how this was really portrayed through the drama itself. Now, I feel like this drama itself is just more than a type of, it's more than just talking about food itself, right? It's just not any cooking show. As we talked about in the beginning, it combines the 2 elements of kitchen and romance, and we kind of get to see that all together. So it is almost dinner time for us, and I just got hungry talking about it, but that's all what we have for Tastefully Yours today. I should probably go back and try some Korean cuisine myself. For our viewers who haven't tried it, obviously, please go and try it.
I'm gonna eat cookbap again.
There we go, like Adi. And that's all we have for today's episode on Who Reads Story. Don't forget to leave a like and comment and subscribe to our channel. Thank you, Adi, for being our guest today.
Thank you for having me, and guys, please follow the channel, and please go and watch this.
Right, and we will see you next week with a new episode on another Korean content. Bye!
Bye-bye!